Welcome back, everyone. This is day 1 of week 4 of OWCS. We are a little more than halfway through our stage 2, and we got one more match to play today, and that one is going to be between Nightmare and... I forgot it for 2 seconds.
Extinction.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, and of course, I have Johnny and Joss with me for all the action. You finally got to cast a 5-mapper. Apparently, this was the first 5-map series in this region. Johnny just pointed out whilst we were in a break. I double-checked. The numbers check out.
We were expecting last week to go to map 5, like the GK SSG one. We were like, yeah, it's going to go map 5, and then like the Nightmare Liquid one as well. I was like, wow, banger weekend. That was really funny because both of us were talking about it before that the day actually commenced. And it was like,
yeah, the Saturday we thought it was going to be the day.
Yeah, we were like, oh wait, no, it was not the day. But today was the day. Map 5.
Today was the day. Who would have thought? And maybe you're gonna round it out with a amusing series between Nightmare and Extinction. Obviously, this might be a little more lopsided as far as the skill level goes. Extinction, not the favorite heading into this one. Alas, let's chat about these two teams. Of course, there's lots of absolute lovable characters on this very team that we've been following through a variety of tier 2 tournaments and calling all heroes as well. So we've been supporting these players up and down the road, and now they're here in OWCS.
Yeah, Wub Nation standing tall still on Extinction. Feels good. What?
I have to say,
I'm sorry. You're not part of the Wub Nation. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You're not? Wait, Johnny's not part of it. You're not a Wub head?
Are you? No, I'm a Wub head, but it's like Joel's go-to fact about Extinction is the Wub Nation, and I love it. Are you having like?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at their match last, there wasn't so much to take away from last week's game, right? They got
jerseys.
Quiet rolled by Sakura.
I'm sorry, I just like Wub. Okay.
I'm trying to hype up the team. Nenwai is very deadly on that Lucio. No, I'm trying. It's okay. My personal, we should have just showed a highlight of Nenwai farming kills on map 1 last week.
Yeah. They were farming, honestly.
Yeah, they were like top of the leaderboard.
This team is pretty well rounded. Like, Hattori's got a pretty decent tank hero pool. Like, Wub, very flexible. Zomba would preferably be stuck on the Tracer a lot of the time. Just an exceptional, like, Tracer player. Against Nightmare, though, like, we saw what Chronic was doing last week on the Freya. And even the nerfs, like, dude, good luck. Like, this team is just so well equipped for this meta. And having Rhino and Painkiller sub in and out, I think is such a massive strength for them and such a massive boon for them. It's hard to really bet against this team most of the time. And, well, you can't really because they're 4-0. With plus 10, they've already made it.
You're not running the numbers right if you're betting against them. And maybe stop betting. Actually, it might not be for you. Rocket also super stepped it up yesterday because we've been talking a lot about Chronic, and we obviously know Rocket as like a fantastic Tracer player. But I feel like in their last week's match, he just like took it to another level as well. Maybe we talked too much about Chronic. It was like, hold on, there was 2 in this duo. Talk about me too. And so we did. Yeah. Absolutely phenomenal performance across the board.
Yeah, I think Rocket is one of those Tracer players that kind of was like, I don't want to say forgotten about because obviously that's overhyped, but last year it all became about Zero. It's just like, oh, Zero says come up for Nightmare last year. Oh my god. But we kind of forgot about how Rocket shined early in OWCS last year and continued this year in 2025. So it's a standout Tracer that can take it to anyone in the region.
Yeah, and getting those crucial picks like time and time again. They're both making so much space for the team to just exist and play their game. So let's see what they have in store for us going up against Extinction. Nightmare, obviously they have a favorite heading into this. So let's hope they have some fun with it. Guys, we're ready for this last series of the day, so please take it away.
Yeah, thank you very much, Zoe. Nightmare versus Extinction, Johnny, Winston Ban, and Sombra Ban for Extinction as we go over to, a little Busan. Don't mind if I do. What are you thinking at the top of this series? Like, how are you thinking Extinction do, like, against Nightmare? Obviously, Nightmare undefeated, 4-0. We know how strong they currently are in this meta, especially with the DPS picks. How do you expect Extinction to really tackle that kind of problem in Zomba and Chronic?
Jack, it's gonna be tough, buddy. Nightmare is a pretty good team, man. It's going to be an uphill battle for sure. I mean, Hattori, were great on some of the dive tanks, especially playing stuff like Wrecking Ball. But I feel like last week we kind of saw Extinction fall back and play more brawl stuff, leaning more heavily on brawl kind of compositions, hazard kind of compositions. So not as much Wrecking Ball was shown in that series last week. And here on Busan, with Nightmare getting the first map pick and Winston getting banned, Painkiller in the lineup, you know, we're going to be playing Brawl. We're going to be playing Brawl and Hazard here on this Busan.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's just a straight-up mirror. Rocket versus Zomba is going to be pretty interesting. Two exceptional Tracer players. Okay, well, Lep's dead. Where was... I mean, Lep was just... he was just in. All right, well, that's one kill for what, at least. Extinction, find the first blood. That should be an easy kill on Painkiller too. Yeah, just kind of propped himself up on the wall there.
Yeah, and if you remember last week when Nightmare faced Liquid, Lep was actually off to a really hot start on the Lucio against Liquid's Wrecking Ball composition, right? Because Lep got aggressive with it, joined his dive partners. But here, Extinction, they find a pick early onto Lep, so maybe identifying that Lep is a bit aggressive at times.
God, you really just take infinite damage when you're against the Freya. Well, there's one kill on Hattori. Nice kill onto Chrono though. Zomba following that kill up. You saw the high ground control is just so important for the Freya, so any kind of Lucio presence there can be kind of a thorn in the side, force your CDs and force your positioning. Although this point take is still going to be fairly tough, as NY is kind of dancing around Painkiller right now. The Spike Guard doing a little bit too much damage though, as Lucamino ends up finishing them off.
Yeah, Zomba though, it's a nice couple of frags in that fight. I think this is a player that we want to see step up as well and take it to Rocket. Last week, it was mostly NVM that saw playtime in favor of Zomba, but here in this matchup, we hyped up Rocket, how good of a Tracer player Rocket can be, you know, competing with the likes of Zero in the region, right? Well, Zomba, definitely one of those players who wants to take it to one of the best Tracer players in the region.
Oh, got headied there, unfortunately. Lucamino still willing to take that duel. Well, the point is controlled by Nightmare right now. Zomba is creating a little bit of space, turning the heads of, well, both Rocket and Lev just in the 1v1. Hits the recall in the end. Oh, what a stick from Zomba, though. Recall straight on top of them. Hits the stick. I mean, Rocket took him out, but you don't have any Lucio anymore, sadly. Nightmare used that rush on the point. Here comes the polar shot. Potential Chronic. I mean, taking one kill, or assisting in the kill, sorry, on Nenwai. Wub's got a bowler shot as well in hand. Leb's back, and there's the bowler shots. A little bit wide for Wub, as he eventually ends up bleeding out to the Tracer.
Just trading back and forth here. I mean, there's 3 people on the point here, so could be the cap.
Yeah, Rocket can play behind this wall as well. I mean, Painkiller's already back. They haven't actually given up the point. Sound barrier advantage used there as they advance on Nightmare. Okay, Nemwai hit the 3-person sound barrier and they get the point.
Wow, you saw Nightmare, there's like, yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah,
sound barrier immediately disengaged. It's like, yeah, we're good, we're leaving.
Oh, left. Oh, left's caught out again. Yeah, left dead. Post bomb, Rocket goes wide, taken out by that Spike Guard from Hattori. A downpour, though, comes in from Hattori, and this is going to be a bit of a problem for them now, because they still need to deal with the Chronic on the point, and they've barely any CDs left. You saw Scuffed and Hattori both there using everything they possibly had to actually get to the point, and Nightmare still in firm control as Lep is back with the sound barrier. Okay, I tell a lie. Lep is back in the spawn room as Wub takes him out.
Yeah, I mean, these teams are trading back and forth like crazy. But
dude,
the thing is, Extinction, they've been throwing ultimates so liberally, so it looks about even right now. But Nightmare are going to come up with some big ultimates.
Oh, there comes the sound barrier. Okay, Lep is back in the action once again. And yeah, the disengage from Extinction. But unfortunately, that sound barrier, it hit when it counted, Johnny. Overtime here as Zomba is going for the touch, although dead to left. And he's going extremely aggro. There's just no way you win this now as Nightmare will be able to take this first round. Very scrappy.
Very scrappy indeed. And I mean, I don't mind the aggressive ultimate usage, but I think you really saw in the middle of that round how Extinction, they were just kind of like throwing ultimates, right? Like trying to get the fights going. You take that 4 versus 4 fight where Zomba went down and you invest precious ultimates, barely come out on top. Nenwai with an aggressive sound barrier, Nightmare disengage. So at the end of the day, it's a pretty close round, but Extinction not getting the value from those ultimates that they need.
4 deaths for everybody on Extinction side, okay.
Rocket 17-1. That's points, baby.
You got him on the fantasy team?
No, I removed him earlier today, so now I feel real bad.
Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, Johnny, I don't know what to tell you.
Why did I do that?
I forgot on my fantasy team. I always do that. Even in the Overwatch League, I've made the fantasy teams and I just forgot. So maybe I'll come back and my team will go crazy, but I doubt it. Oh Zombra.
No.
Okay, Zombra got rolled.
Yeah, that was not pretty.
That was not pretty. Getting hit by the take aim as a tracer has got to be one of the worst feelings on the hero.
Yeah, and also kind of panicky, right? Because you're like, I'm about to take a significant damage from my health pool. It's like, am I recalling this? Then I'm like, how do I get out? It's a bit panic-inducing.
Yeah, nice first cap there from Nightmare. And you can see how aggressive they're going as well. You saw the quick rotation from Nightmare on the platform of Extinctions. Like, they want to go aggro. They want to just be in your face. And if you can play up to this higher tempo, it can throw some teams, like underdog teams, off.
Yeah, for sure. Do promote that playstyle.
Well, dead. And they're already in the back. I mean, what is this? It's a slaughter. An absolute slaughter right now.
This is Chronic showing off after last week, where you just praised Chronic the entire time.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what, do you want not do that? I mean, he's a beast.
No. I mean, I think we agreed last week, right, that Chronic is like the best Freya player in the region. Took that crown from Tree in that match versus Liquid. But now, Chronic, don't get silly with it.
Oh, Chronic got silly with it. Oh, well, there's the kill, the shutdown from Nenwai. Zubba will take another. Couple of ults for Nightmare. I can't imagine they invest anything, but it's going to be a while before they're actually cleared off the point. In fact, look at me, he's just going to go for it, though. Unless Rocket just handles the back line. All right, okay, well, panic over.
Yeah, Nightmare in control here. After Rocket secures a 2k and the Kitsune Rush drops from Lucamino. This is pressure on Extinction here now.
It's crazy. Tori, she's already like 1 HP. They're downpouring in the spawn. Wub's like, I will not give you the stat, actually, Painkiller. I will right-click the ground.
That's crazy, actually. Oh, well, that's it.
Well, yeah, that
was scrappy.
That was one way to put it, Johnny. Yeah, scrappy. Yeah. Look good. Look good from Nightmare. And this is what you want from Nightmare as well. A nice perfect game here. You go into next week 5-0. And then you're already guaranteed a place, right? You've already made it through, like you're good. But getting extra map wins, an extra like perfect series like 3-0s like this, is going to help your scoreline. It's going to help your map differential later on. Just going to give you a better seeding. Yeah,
absolutely, because they're tied now as well with GK. And so every map win matters, you know, but especially if you can secure the top seed, number 1 seed. I mean, you get free pickings, right? You get to pick between the number 3 and the number 4 seed, which we project ultimately is going to be Liquid and SSG, right? But if you can secure that number 1 seed and pick either SSG and Liquid depending on which you prefer to play against, obviously they have slightly different playstyles as well. That could be, you know, quite a lot of a difference maker in the upper bracket come the stage regional playoffs.
I mean, they've already beaten SSG. So you're like, oh, get a little,
get a little
rematch against them. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. 16 deaths to 34. Not too close here. There's a Nightmare take that first map on a Busan. By the way, the healing done is crazy low. 6.5k to like 8k. That is just like the supports are just it's like I'm just damage. That's it. Lucio's, they're just in pure amp speed only. I'm just gonna kill you before you can kill us. Like that's it. I'm here.
Well, it was a really scrappy first round. I mean, we only played 2 points, so like, how much stat can you build? But it felt like both teams just throwing themselves at the wall, just skirmishing with each other, pick by pick. And, you know, still though, like that first point, like it was relatively close. I think Extinction, they played it the right way because they were proactive with their ultimate usage. They wanted to be aggressive and get involved, right? But then you see on the second point, that's where Nightmare, they are the better team going into the series, and they're just able to like pick Extinction apart. Just like, oh, your Freya's left alone. All right, well, good luck. We're going to just tear your team apart, isolate individual players and pick them off. That was quite a clear skill gap there on the second round.
Yeah, Lev definitely had fun with it. Had the most Fs on the team after the first round. Was definitely in more than most, it felt like, but it works out, so it's all good. Here's the map pool for this regular season stage. I mean, where do you really go?
So, at least we saw the Wrecking Ball in play there. Did it work? No. Do you want to run it back? Maybe. I mean, Hittori has seen a little Wrecking Ball play usage in the past, so if you wanted to go to somewhere like Suravasa, maybe you like protect ban tank and get rid of the, I don't know, like the hazard or something like that. Could be a pathway you could go. Or you don't want to force the Wrecking Ball at all and you want to play Brawl. But...
yeah, a little Brawl. I don't mind a little bit of Brawl, honestly. Suravasa's the pick, okay. Yeah, do you really protect ban tank here? I mean, Hittori's kind of chill with running like even a Winston. But the hazard ban seems like the most ideal for the team.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was only thinking of like maybe a tank ban if you really want to determine what playstyle you're going into, because you know, hazard versus Wrecking Ball, it does alter your playstyle a little bit. So if Hittori wanted to play the hazard, they could, of course, but the problem would be, well, you kind of also play into Nightmare's game and what they're trying to do, right? It's not like Nightmare, they're going to look to mirror the Wrecking Ball, but they'd certainly be happy to mirror the hazard. And so that's kind of like what I'm thinking. And if you don't protect ban tank, then if I'm Nightmare, I'm just like, well, we're just going to ban the Wrecking Ball because whatever other hero you play will be quite comparable.
Extinction's schedule as well is looking a little tough too. Looking forward to the next few games. GK, Supernova, and SSG to round out their stage. So again, a couple of map wins here would be great. Looks like, wow, Extinction banning Freya. Not surprised. We've kind of skipped over that fact because Chronic is a beast. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Then a Wrecking Ball ban from Nightmare. So yeah, you picked up that one perfectly, Johnny. No more Wrecking Ball here.
Chronic was so targeted by that ban, it's crazy.
100%, dude. We were just saying, like, the dude's probably the best, like, Freya in NA currently.
Not probably, Jack. Can we?
Not probably. Is this definitive?
Definitive. Chronic is the best Freya in the region.
This is it. Best Freya in the region.
I don't think any other team has an argument, really.
Yeah, on it. The game versus Liquid really did solidify that, I think. I think it would be hard to argue against that.
Yeah,
you know,
I think
would be really
Chronic
epic.
earned themselves that honor, you know.
Winston phone. Who's he calling? Who's Winston calling?
Like over there?
In Suravasa? I don't know. Maybe it's good. I don't know.
I have no idea. I'm Swedish.
That's not an excuse for like. Okay, Johnny. Suravasa, this map is not a real place. So we could like.
I mean, King's Row is kind of a real place, no?
It could be. I don't actually know. I kind of lived in London, or did live in London, but maybe it is a place. I'm not sure. The phone signal though, probably pretty poor. Can't lie. He's also using a phone from like the 70s or 80s, bro.
That's aura.
There is that.
I wish I had one of those.
The brick phones. Wub is 1 HP. Wub is down. Nightmare. Only with a single kill here. Hittori and Scuffed end up coming up with 2 big kills. Kind of what we expected, Johnny, in Hittori playing the Winston, not playing the Wrecking Ball. Painkiller, kind of alive and well, ended up picking up a mega health pack, but Extinction running around Nightmare, and this is what this comp does best, is as soon as the Orisa team makes a play on to take space, the Winston team is just going to run around you and try and force a swift step, force the Lucio out of position and get kills.
Yeah, I think that's a great point by you going into the map. You know, Hittori happy to play this Winston if they can't play the Wrecking Ball. And now this kind of boils down to what we just saw in Liquid versus GK, right? Hittori's gonna try to wait out Nightmare making a move here and try to go in for the dive after some abilities have been used.
Scuffed is 1 HP. I don't know how Scuff survived that. Just like some left clicks from Painkiller. Here comes the rush on the point, but Scuff just gets his head just ripped clean off their shoulders. They're doing no training, but a pulse bomb from Zomba. Okay, Extinction on the board. And this is it. This is the dive that they want to play. And being able to have Zomba permanently on a Tracer, Hittori on a Winston like this, I think it just lends to them being an exciting team to watch. And unfortunately for them, looking on into the series, they can't ban Freya again. But Chronic is not nearly having the same level of success right now on this Sojourn.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for Extinction, and they're playing well so far, but ultimate's been committed.
Search is going to be picked though, drags pretty much everybody from Extinction all into one place. Rocket with a pulse bomb, but Hattori stuck. No primal rage for her, so taken out by Rocket. Point flip in action. Lukemino dead, and again, Painkiller has to kind of stay on this point, kind of juggle around, juggle the aggro. There's Extinction, they do lose Nenwai, but Painkiller's health bar is just so low, and Zomba, oh no. Okay, that is a tragic death as Lep used the sound barrier to just scare people away. It didn't look like they were in trouble.
That fight was won, buddy. You scared them.
Yeah, probably a little mistake there potentially from Lep.
Now secure the win, bro.
I got it, bro. I needed this.
Secure the win. Yeah,
I got the stats. Actually, I hit like 4 people.
Yeah, but Zomba actually going down there to Painkiller makes a huge difference and allows Nightmare to get back here. And Chronic now with an overclock. Oh,
in midair!
Hit that midair!
Chronic midair snipes Nenwai is again primal raged around. Good stuff from Hattori though, following up the kill onto Lep. Painkiller is extremely low. Scuff going down though is not good. Now it's up to Wub to try and save Extinction. Oh, what a shot to Rocket too! Oh, Wub Nation rises once again. Extinction, they take that first point on Suravasa. God, these Sojourns. I love seeing Freya, don't get me wrong, but there's something different about a Sojourn hitting a railgun shot on a Tracer like that.
Yeah, Extinction looking real clean right now with several members coming up with huge individual plays. Painkiller makes a swap onto the Mauga, but Wub is going to be able to build so much charge off this Mauga, so if you can just dodge the cardiac overdrive timing, Extinction's still very much in this.
You see Lep? Painkiller's like, where is Lep going?
Where is he going?
Good. All right, yeah, this, I mean, Painkiller kind of known for the Mauga as well. Pretty hard matchup with the Winston. He just gets chunked out so heavily, and being able to break the bubbles so easily as well it's going to be rough for Tori. I'm wondering if it actually prompts a swap. Nenwai went somewhere. Not sure where, off the map. As Painkiller pops the cardiac overdrive, and yeah, in the rush, you're handily winning those fights. Where did Nenwai go?
Where did Nenwai go? Yeah, Hattori. I mean, it's tough to play the Winston, but you kind of have to recognize that the Mauga is going to have the superior point control, right? But Hattori starting off the fight on the point and then recommitting with the leap as well. It's just not the way to go around it. You need to operate around the edges here and try to open things up with Zomba.
Lep is in and out. Yeah, playing on the periphery right now. And being scared of this running stomp as well from Painkiller. You can see Wub like trying to build up a railgun shot, but if you get jumped on, you get slammed like that, you will get killed by the Tracer. Like Rocket will follow up on you. Oh, there's the sound barrier comes in. Lukemino and Lep trying to get out of there. You saw them transition through the point, but both supports are dead. Good sound barrier from Nenwai should win them this fight, although Painkiller eventually taken down. Could survived a little bit longer there, but couldn't quite find the cardiac overdrive and then the targets to shoot at. The Nightmare still 90+%. You're chilling with that.
Yeah, it's good communication and execution by Extinction there. Hattori goes deep towards the backline of Nightmare, which forces Painkiller to run back towards his team, but Nenwai with the sound barrier. That just gives Extinction space to operate with on the point. So beautiful play by Extinction. Now, Wub has this overclock, so this could be big. Pulse. It's a whip.
Yeah, sad pulse there by Zomba. It's already pretty sad though as well, unfortunately, as Wub jumps straight into the backline with the overclock Johnny, but a Suzu and a sound barrier, and then Wub realizes I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time. An easy fight win there for Nightmare, and that'll be the point.
Yeah, and it seems like Hattori is going to stick to this Winston. A very difficult matchup indeed, especially on this point as well. This is going to spell trouble for Hattori, but I mean, you're close to a Primal Rage, but like realistically, this Primal's not going to do much, right? We'll have to see how this point develops if Hattori's going to stick to this Winston, because I feel like it's, you know, it's the pick of the map so far.
Hattori's already in and out. I mean, yeah, she's got Primal in 5. They're going to start this fight with a rush, actually. It's not on the point, but the cage is going to get popped down, and then Painkiller's going to be immortal. I mean, here comes the Primal Rage, Johnny. Does destroy the cage, but Hattori already at 300 HP, down from 1300.
Yeah, I mean,
Zuzu ends up clocking, and Hattori's just got to switch, man. I mean, I don't think you... If you stick on this, you just lose. I don't think you match Painkiller here, but it's rough.
Yeah, I think this is just one of those points where I could have seen, you know, Hattori swap away from the Winston, but they're going to stick to it. I would be so open to playing Winston on some of the other points available, but this one especially, I mean, it is so narrow, so close-cornered, that realistically, you're not really going to be able to get to the backline anyway. Chronic here with an overclock.
Yeah, looks like scared them away at least. And the way you're playing around the Mauga as well is like a DPS. You want to be fairly close to them some of the time, especially when Cardiac Overdrive gets popped. So like the openings for the Winston comps are kind of cut even smaller than they were before when you're playing with the Orisa.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Extinction here. I mean, they're not even like given the opportunity to take these fights, right? Because they're under so much pressure.
But Nemwhite's going to have to sound barrier to win this fight. That can be said. Oh, Zomba dead. I'm assuming... Yeah, no, we're good. There will be OT. Here comes the beat. It's two people, Hattori and Nenwai. Stick from rockets. Hattori's health evaporates. And Johnny, that is going to be point for Nightmare. Yeah, I mean, Extinction. It just feels like a comp differential at this point.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, it is, right? Extinction not able to take a single kind of decent fight that whole time, right? Nenwai invests sound barrier, but it just hits Nenwai and Hattori. Like, that's not enough. It's not going to keep you up to take a proper engagement, especially without your Tracer. Now, though, this is where, okay, the Winston hasn't done a ton of work so far, but at least these 2 points remaining, it opens up a little bit. There's a bit more separation between the different backlines. You can create some more space for the rest of your team. This is when I see it start working.
Okay, well, Leb dead. Okay, that's a good start. Again, catching people on the rotations as well is a big benefit for the Winston comp. They do end up losing Nenwai, sadly, but it's a Lucio trade for a Lucio, so... Oh, here they come, then. Uh-oh. Both rushes almost on the same frame there as Wub actually ends up going down. And, dude, the Cardiac Overdrive is just... Oh, my... It's just so much value. It's ridiculous.
There's a Winston? That's a lot of value. I mean, if you're Mauga, you're having a great time. Like, Painkiller is having the time of his life playing this Mauga. But there, Hattori finally swaps over to the Orisa. There we go.
Yeah, there it is. Feels like too little too late, though. You've lost this point. You're on, like, such a big disadvantage now, having to now walk into this cage.
Yeah, this is going to be an issue here. Wub needs to make something happen with this overclock to open things up.
He's going to find a nice little angle here on the side. Just Zomba as well, just kind of dueling out. Forces the recall, however. Sound barrier from Leb hit 3. Here comes the cage from Painkiller as Rocket. I'm assuming recalled off the edge by accident. Unlucky or good, we got the trade. Hattori down, and here comes the overclock from Chronic.
Oh.
And this is going to be all she wrote, I think, Johnny.
That's it.
There's just no chance. I mean, Chronic, absolute beast on the Freya. You forget how good he is on the Sojourn, as well as Nightmare. Handing Extinction another loss. Suravasa is theirs. That's a 2-0, Johnny. That's a 2-0.
Yeah, relatively clean after that very first point where Extinction, they look good still. They look good on that first point, Jack. Let's give them that. But,
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
from there on out, Mauga versus Winston.
It's like the...
What more do you have to say?
It is like the emergency Mauga button sometimes just needs to be pressed. And when it is pressed, it's like, well... And especially if it's someone like Painkiller, it's like, okay, well, we just win now. Mauga's so good on that map. It's absurd.
Yeah, no, it's a great pick. And look, I'm not gonna sit here and say that, like, you know, Mauga is gonna win that matchup 10 times out of 10, because I do think that sometimes you can make the Winston work, right?
Yeah.
But it requires a huge, like an insane amount of skill to be able to pull that off, right? And especially you need to coordinate with your tracer to get these dives going, get on top of the backline while avoiding the Mauga. It's a really difficult task, and so sometimes I just think you're better off, going with the easier option, which most cases is the Orisa, right? That's not to say I'm constantly opposed to the Winston pick, but there were a few moments throughout this map where I felt like Hitori could have done themselves a favor or two picking the Orisa instead.
Especially the second point, third point kind of thing. It felt like the old KSF meme, like, hey, can we get a dive going? It was like, not a nano going, but can we get a dive going? Can we get a dive going? Can we get a dive going? Because they're getting picked, and then the trace is like having to touch, and it's like a weird fight. We'll see if Nightmare can kind of do the same thing. Extinction now, again, get their map choice. Do you just go to a dive map at this point? You're like, okay, they can't ban ball. Go to Gibraltar, go to Dorado even, I think. Yeah, Gibraltar, why not?
That map. I feel like we rarely see Gibraltar in EMEA.
It's a fun map. It used to be, I will say, it used to be heinous. Remember old Gibraltar where the big doors were just two very small ones, and there was like no cover on the right side high ground as you walk into second as attackers. Like it was a heinous map, but do you not agree? Like, oh, I love being shot at these two small doors. I love being shot as soon as I walk through them. It's very fun. But it plays a lot better now. But it's perfect for dive. So maybe Extinction just go Suravasa, not it for us. Wrecking Ball we can play Winston. Let's go to a purist dive map.
Look, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Maybe Rhino would see some playtime for Nightmare if you decided to go that route, right? That could be fun for sure. Oh, they're picking Gibraltar. There you go, Jack. You're a prophet. Look at you.
Look, all I'm saying, I want to play dive. Where do we go? Watchpoint Gibraltar. Dude, everybody loves this map. Not everybody. I'm sure people that don't like playing dive, hate playing against it, hate it. But this map is perfect for what Extinction want to play. If the Winston gets banned, though, on Nightmare's side of things, maybe Extinction go for... I was going to say, maybe Extinction go for a Protect ban Hazard, and then you can play Winston, or you can play Ball. This is good. I like this look.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen some teams actually just play the Hazard on Gibraltar, right? So if you wanted, two birds, one stone kind of scenario, ban the Hazard while leaving the Winston up, right? Yeah. You should be a coach, Jack. You're doing great here.
Nah. That sounded so sarcastic. You're doing great, buddy. Pat on the back.
Oh, sorry. Did my sarcasm ruin your grand plans of becoming a coach? Or can we both agree?
Oh, it did. I did actually, Johnny. It did. No, I wouldn't be a very good coach. I'm going to be honest.
I would never be sarcastic like that, Jack. I wouldn't be sarcastic about something you genuinely liked, or wanted to pursue. Really? But I know you didn't want to be a coach, and so that's what I talked about. Anyway, don't worry, Reddit threads. Me and Jack love each other. We're great friends. We're great friends.
Hold on. YouTube comment section. Hang on. Me and Johnny don't hate each other. Newsflash.
Yeah.
The feud is not real. So how are you feeling about first? Nightmare? I was going to say, I'll propose you a question. Good broadcast etiquette, Johnny. How would you feel for Nightmare coming in? If you do see a Protect tank ban, Extinction, for example, they ban Hazard, how does Nightmare kind of respond to this? Because Chronic obviously here is just going to play the Freya, and it feels like Rhino's going to come in. Is that your kind of game plan, or do you just keep Painkiller in and maybe opt for even a rush here? I mean, you can play Malga, it is possible, not likely, but possible.
Oh my god. Did you just propose Malga on Gibraltar?
Dude, wow, we've seen crazier things.
Yeah, that's pretty cursed. Yeah, I mean, first of all, we have to see if Rhino's entering the battlefield. If we're going to see a sub here come through. Doesn't seem like it. Extinction actually with a ban onto the
and there it is. Okay, a Protect ban.
Yeah, but it still leaves the door open for Nightmare to play the Hazard, or Extinction to play the Hazard too if they like. So we're not restricting ourselves to Winston dive here by any means.
I like this a lot. I like the Diva ban. I think Debra Hazard would have been perfect. Ana banned for Nightmare. Kind of sucks. Ana very, very strong on this map, but actually makes perfect sense because they know Extinction want to play dive. You want to play Winston, you want to play Ana for sure. So we're just going to take that away. Now you have to play something else. Probably like what? You could Kiri, obviously, Kiri, Lucio. Like you could even play if you want to play something kind of crazy, like Alari Kiri. I think that's actually not too bad. Alari's poke's kind of crazy on this map. Dude, I'm just saying. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, the Ana is very like default ban on Gibraltar. How many dive teams have you seen here? They have to protect ban the tank hero, and that leaves the door open for the enemy team to ban the Ana, which, you know, kind of sets the Winston back at times here. That being said, though, Extinction, you know, they like playing the Lucio carry.
Right.
I wouldn't say that they're not like Twilight, where they're like, please leave the Ana open. Like Extinction in this case, the Ana being banned, I don't think they mind it too much.
Oh, on defense. Okay, Extinction starting on defense. Hattori on the Hazard. Okay, dive-esque. Dive like adjacent, I suppose.
Yeah, we've seen this. Hazard being the go-to pick here for Gibraltar. So, if Winston doesn't have that Ana, I mean, it gets... It's way rougher.
That is a cursed hog skin, by the way. Like, super cursed. I think so. Let's get a quick Nightmare listening. We'll see what they say about the hog.
Because it's easy. Oh wait, I thought you were playing Red Hog. I thought you were playing
I'm playing Mushroom, bro.
Let's go.
Kitten.
Right top left. They're still top left.
I'm jump scaring them top right.
Yeah. They're pushing. Hazard in. Try flipping half, try flipping weak, really weak.
Try one.
Try really weak. I know what to say, bro. All good. Oh, you're on hard. Pray one. Right,
No one. Do I have a pull?
No, we need help.
How do I not have a pull?
We got there. They went crazy hard in our on. Oh, we got two. Just trade ramp point.
You're in it to be.
Has a top.
Getting out.
They don't have any ults. They're gonna touch soon. They're walking cart.
Alright, I'm back. I'm on the ground.
Brad dropping too.
Blue one.
Blue really weak.
Kalo, you're not too good. I'm slowing them back.
I need your under. Grab me. 2 seconds.
I have a shot on you. I have a shot on you.
Come. Nuri right here.
Oh, the pedal.
Nuri in the room.
Do I have a light?
Nuri in the room, has to blink out. Try one, try literally one. Carry TP'd under, no TP.
Do I have a light?
Okay, Johnny. 2 things. I think the Mercy Mythic weapon is playing audio locally, no matter the POV, so we can hear the little like bear thing. Also, they're playing Mercy. So I guess we can unravel that. Let's unwrap that Christmas present.
Chronic, very good. Damage boost.
Yeah. Please damage boost me.
So,
well, I mean, Chronic is
Extinction.
Yeah. I mean, Chronic's 35 HP in the backline. Dead. I think let swaps here. Potentially. There's 2 minutes to go. Not a cursed first point Gibraltar hold with the Mercy Lifeweaver attack.
They got
I've almost got Falk. Guys, trust me.
It's gonna go
having fun with
crazy.
it. I like it.
I want to see a real Neptuno Valk here. Whipping out the pistol and getting frags.
Neptuno Valk. Oh, good kill onto Scarf. Dodges out of the way of other downpour as well. Nice stuff from Chronic. The Valk! It's going crazy! It's going crazy! It's going crazy! Wait a second. No. We're still healing. We can res. I've chosen not to res. I need to heal my rocket.
I mean, come on, man.
That was a Neptuno Valk, bro. Of all time.
That was. I don't know what that was.
Well, there's 1 minute to go, and Nightmare have decided maybe the Mercy is not for us, and the Lifeweaver 2. Back to Kiri Lucio.
Dude, that actually sucks for my fantasy team too, because Mercy can't get a limbs, bro. Come on, man. Okay, never mind. Rocket's got the pulse bomb to work with here. Someone's got theirs as well, but 45 seconds. I mean, there's really no room for error here for Nightmare. They're actually in a pretty bad position to get full health.
Whoa, Zomba. Like, grazed his nose there, that pulse bomb. Well, here come the kills. Okay, Lucamina and Painkiller finally on the board. Zomba explodes. And here we go. Okay, despite the Mercy Lifeweaver shenanigans, looks like Nightmare are back in the driver's seat.
That's all Chronic needed. Just a one fight on a regular support comp, and Chronic just got 4K. Yeah. That was disgusting.
Are you saying the damage boost isn't good? I mean, come on now.
No bad touch here, though.
Oh, wait, Zomba actually managed to get through that wall. Oh. No, they don't get it, though. That's really unlucky. Tori even switched to the Malga here, too. She's not going to survive too long. However... Oh, dude, Chronic's so good. His movement's just exceptional. All right, well, it's 2 minutes to go, Johnny. We're on the second phase, and winning a fight here like that is actually really important, like really big. Chronic's going to get so much free space now to just poke away, and the Kiriko can also TP to high ground like this, and they can hold this door.
Yeah, and getting the cart on the way as well. You know, the clock is ticking now for Extinction to actually get back here. They will have the Kitsune rush here, but need to secure a good angle for it. Wow, nice taking there from Chronic.
Bowler shot. Oh, okay. Strong to Tori. Spike guard's going to eat a lot of that, luckily. TP and a Suzu on top of Tori to keep her alive. But yeah, the card getting... Wait, is that Nenwai? Nenwai!
Where is Nenwai going?
Where is...
Nen where?
Nenwai is not dead, so we're... Okay, there we go. Okay, cursed you a little bit there, Nenwai. All good, though, and there is the kill onto Wub as well. Yeah, this rush is going to be so hard to deal with. At this angle.
The one gate.
Yeah.
The one gate of the Kitsune.
Hey, it was on the corner, bro. Yeah. It's enough. Lucamino was making full use of it. There's the point. 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, real tough for Extinction there. You would have hoped that maybe you can make a bit of a stand there on the second point, but that first fight being kind of scuffed and the payload pushing combined with Nenwai going to, I don't know, Narnia, whatever that was. I mean, it's an easy point B cap here for Nightmare, and they got ultimates to go with this. It could be an easy cap for them. Oh yeah. Boy.
Wow. Wub just had a Mantis Blade push through his head. Sound barrier from the high ground, though. Nenwai is in. I mean, straight to the back line for Nenwai. All good. Should be able to escape as well, although Scuff going down isn't great. Rocket is just waiting for Nenwai on the other side of those doors. Oh, dearie me. Nenwai will eventually go down, you'd imagine. There it is. There's the kill from Alep. 2 minutes to go.
So
they round this final corner. They don't know where she is. Okay, they do now. She's manages to get out. Although that pulse bomb does a significant amount of damage. And a polar shot on top of that too. 2 ults to kill a Tori there.
And now they have positioning on this high ground here as well. Extinction. Scuffed's dead.
I mean, Chronic Suzu'd. Beautiful Suzu. Wow. That is going to be cap. Tori is back. Downpour in, what, like 1%? But Chronic on this high ground is just a menace. Dashes out of the way of the downpour. And that is going to be it. Nice double shot there on Nenwai. And Nightmare will finish the map. I mean, Johnny, it was a bit of a fun start to the map. Almost an OT there with the Lifeweaver Mercy. But as soon as they strayed away from it, they get the full cap. 3 points on the board now as Extinction. Their chance to attack.
I mean, they essentially capped out Watchpoint Gibraltar without 3 minutes needed. Like, they got a little silly for 3 minutes and they just end up capping the map anyway. That's demoralizing right there. But that's how good Nightmare
they can't hear us, so it's okay.
I mean, they got demolished on the first point. So they died like 3-4 times and then they just rolled.
Yeah. Look at Leb's damage, by the way, because Leb was playing the Mercy.
Yeah, it wasn't, I don't know, the best Mercy play I've ever seen, but then again, I mean...
What can you do?
Yeah, that's... Chronic didn't football far enough with the Mercy pocket.
I know, yeah, although Chronic now 21-4 with like 8k damage. It's crazy. A bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they're doing it again. They're doing it again. They're doing it
wow,
again.
they are.
It's on defense.
Wait a minute.
Okay, so in theory, on the defense it's better because you have the positioning already.
The Mercy is better on defense. I mean, you're not wrong, but wow, I can't believe it's come to this. I can't wait to see Nenwai go hunting for the Mercy.
Dude, give me Nenwai POV. I want to see this Lucio dance. Peep this rollout. Dude, Chronic is going to get ult like instantly as well, by the way, with the damage boost as well.
Yep.
I mean, dude, Chronic is just going to farm. And it's like you can take these duels like so aggro as well because the Mercy just hides around the corner, just right clicks the Freya.
Yeah, and I mean, you're not super scared of the hazard, right? Like, you know, if you get too close, you're in trouble, but for the most part, Chronic can play pretty greedy with the Freya.
Zomba has to get out of there. Same with Nenwai.
Sounds are back.
I know, it plays it locally to the POV. It's kind of funny.
They're in my head.
They're actually, it's so cursed.
Someone's up there loving it, Jack. Let's not take it away from them.
I'm not taking it away from him at all. All right, Chronic's going to get Dover. Lucamino is down, though. Left under heavy duress. And yeah, surviving the dives of the Mercy, it's just not happening. It really isn't. As Hattori takes him down.
Come here. I can heal you.
They're going to stick to it. They got no positioning whatsoever.
I've almost got
to
Tree.
recontest his card. But yeah, coming up on Tree and Valk here.
Oh, see ya. Okay, well, Chronic, not too far behind, considering Chronic has the damage boost. Whereas Painkiller kind of needs healing at this moment in time, kind of waiting for that passive healing to come in clutch. God. But Leper, ends up falling. I mean, this is it, really. I mean, not being able to heal 2 targets at once, a big detriment.
Big
Tree! Not really working out for them at the moment, but the tree is good for a little bit. However, Zomba with the pulse bombs, the tree doesn't help against that instant pulse bomb damage from around the corner. As Extinction, cap first. Okay, there we go. There's the swap. Lucamino and Lep, Kiri Lucio.
All right, it's game time.
We've had enough. It's game time.
Yeah, lock in. I mean, we got Extinction coming up on 4 ultimates here. We got control of the ship. Cap point A. We're ready to go.
All right, let's pump it. On the high ground, use that rush. Yeah, Nightmare going to clear off there. Evicted from the high ground as Lep kills Zomba. Chumba down and Hattori on the high ground still with Wub. But how long can they really hold? Chronic appears out of nowhere. Wub receives a nice little Suzu. However, quickly ejected.
Lucamino with a quick little 2K there as well. Yeah, finding that pick on the Tracer, I mean, that's brutal because the Tracer can do so much work when they have the high ground available to them here. It just opens up the door for Nightmare to get back into this point. But Extinction, though, they kind of held on to the ultimates, though. They utilized the Consider Rush, but they still have a Bola shot and Sunbear to re-engage here. Not quite out of it yet.
Okay, it's still painful getting through these doors.
Look at that.
I don't take back what I said earlier about Gibraltar being just a horrible map before, but it can be tough. Luckily, though, with these dive kind of comps, it's a little bit easier. Did violent leap there, but look at how quickly Chronic's able to get away. Zomba, however, is still kind of tearing it up. It's really down to these tracers, Johnny. Like you said before, if Zomba or Rocket go down early, it can be tough for the hazards and the rest of the team to follow up on these kills because Rocket and Zomba are there for the finish.
Yeah, it felt like Extinction got so much work done there with the dive coming through from Hattori and Zomba. But Rocket just matches it, and they kind of trade out evenly. Now, Nightmare with double support ultimate. They're looking pretty on this defense.
Oh, Zomba being checked, though. Has got recall. Here comes the downpour. Down barrier is going to lock in, though, for Nightmare. Hits 3. Pulse bomb in hand for Zomba. Lost a little Lucio there for a second, but surely found Rocket in the front line. Hattori and Rob coming out with kills. Here comes the payload as well, Johnny. Looking good for Extinction, I can't lie.
Yeah, it really is looking good. They're going to end up capping point B here with Nightmare no chance to recontest. Painkiller, poking, prodding.
Oh, nice boot. Should die too. Super low is Painkiller right now. Pulse bomb connected to the wall there. Unfortunate stuff from a Rocket. Tibbs up it. Should be an easy finish. And yeah, Extinction with a decent time as well. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Nightmare like, why did we play Mercy Life when we're on first, man? Why did we play that?
Yeah, this is quite doable. I mean, they got a Kitsune Rush in hand, Zomba. You know, pull spawn away from looking really good on this Gibraltar. Of course, they have to cap out with time here because Nightmare in a great position with 1 minute to go here. Rush is traded.
Tori watching an entire army jump over her. She still manages to get Chronic though, probably the best target to kill in that comp. Those Nightmare just kind of flood the point, but yeah, they just get swept up. This is a very decent burst. And thinking about this next fight as well, if they can get a pulse bomb kill, or if they can get like a bolus, Nightmare they're gonna fall over.
Yeah, addressing my previous point, they obviously don't have to cap out with time because it's escort, but Nightmare, they're still favored considering they have 1 minute in the time bank here. So what with this bow line, now you have positioning here as well. One good fight here, and gonna cap out Gibraltar. Somebody looking for a good target here. We can see Extinction. They're poking prodding. They're gonna build the Sunbear as well. Nice dive from Zomba to find Leb.
Look at me to trace though, but it's all good. I mean, Chronic's dead. Sunbear comes in, hits 4. The bolus connects with Painkiller. Hattori's found 2, maybe even a 3rd. Painkiller going back to spawn. Quite tried to heal up. Hattori's now locking down these gates. They should be able to get a touch. I mean, Lucio's alive, like Rocket, Chronic, they're good to get another touch, but Rocket's not going to be able to survive too long, especially with a re. There you go, Zomba gets the kill, and 1 minute and 40 seconds. Have we become too silly?
Have we reached maximum silly with the Mercy? I think so, Jack, because Extinction are now fully back in this game, and yes, it's looked rough for them the majority of the time, but at least there's a chance.
Lucamino Lep, show us. What are you rolling out with a minute? Let's have a look at the stats. Hattori, 33 elims right now. 33 and 8 is kind of an insane stat line. 10k damage as well. Kind of carrying the team.
Yeah, it's actually
they're messing around for Extinction.
Yeah, it goes back even to the Suravasa, right? Because yes, Nightmare, obviously they were dominant when they played the Mauga, but Extinction looked good on the dive. That very first point when Hattori played the Winston, of course. And this is when Extinction are at their best. When they play this kind of like dive composition and they're allowed to, obviously, Mauga not really the pick here for Painkiller on a map like Gibraltar. But I at least think that a map like this, it showcases that Extinction, they got it in them to come through with some really successful dives, able to make plays. Zomba's looking good on the Tracer at times. This is when they're playing their best.
All right, the silliness has been canned for now. Lucamino and Leb on the Kiri Lucio. Ooh, wow, Zomba's getting chased out, by the way, by Rocket. You see on the sidelines there on coast. If Rocket can just perma-mark Zomba here, should be a fairly easy control over this high ground. Although saying that, Zomba takes care of Lep. In fact, he gets a double on Chronic.
Zomba's coming
fully locked in. Yeah, I mean, Zomba, always known as a Tracer player, like an exceptional one. And right now, like, kind of picking apart Nightmare whenever they're overextending slightly, trying to get an aggressive angle. Zomba's right on their tail.
Yeah, Zomba caught on the low ground here, so not going to have the opportunity to dive into the backline, but Extinction making a bit of a play here in the spawn doors.
Yeah, Tori's in the spawn currently. He did have a little bit of backup in Nenwai, but the team is completely split. You can see Nightmare on the other hand, 4-person pushing the payload currently. Hattori does end up jumping in, and Zomba kills Lep again. Again! Lucamino's also... This is it. Payload's halted here in Car Wash. Extinction with a heck of a defense on the back of Zomba right now. Like, monstrous performance from the Tracer. And then Hattori trolled him by putting the wall up with the pulse bomb attaching to it. Nightmare. Maximum silliness achieved, but a minute and 40 seconds in the time bank. Like, this isn't looking as one-sided as the first couple of maps.
Absolutely not. Zomba comes up huge there getting the first initial 2 picks, but then that spawn door fight kind of went awry for Extinction there. They tried to make a play, but it didn't really work their favor. But then again, it's Somba coming up with another pick in the server room, which just opens up the very final fight. 35-7. Somba with a monster performance here on the Tracer for Extinction.
Yeah, almost smashing Notori there too. Like, okay, 1 minute and 40 seconds. Of course, yeah, no funny business anymore. Just kind of El Clasico now. Although there was a brief hover there from Chronic on the Sombra. Chronic 14 deaths, by the way. You just saw on the when you're holding tab. 14 deaths. Obviously, they're going to be the main target for Extinction a lot of the time. Just how good Chronic is. You want to be able to kill Chronic because then you feel you have a much better chance of winning these fights and getting payload progress.
Yeah, Chronic's having a bit of a tough time here on Gibraltar out of all these maps, but I think it's credit as well to Extinction. You know, these dives able to collapse onto Nightmare and make things difficult for them. We'll see from Nightmare now how they play, because Rocket, of course, a fantastic Tracer player in their own right. Are they gonna go for some of these aggressive flanks? It looks like Painkiller contesting early here to try to secure 2 fights.
Lep is dead.
Goes down
First
early.
again.
Yeah, Lep is being picked to pieces.
Yeah, and that's the kill on Chronic too. Make that 15 deaths. Nemwine and Scarf end up getting traded, however, but you're so close to spawn. It's like, whatever, we trade, that's fine. Like, good luck touching. Luke and Lepamino are alive, Johnny, but look at the payload.
Yeah, it's gonna be a last-minute contest from Nightmare here. Is it?
Okay, I guess there's no contest.
Yeah, well, never mind.
I mean,
never mind. I misspoke.
Okay,
Yep.
I guess I
was like, when are they gonna come into frame?
But yeah, dude, I'm seeing like the X-ray, like the outlines. I'm like, the Kiri's right there. Like the Kiri's gonna like walk and stuff, you know, hold W and. Well, Extinction are back in the series, everybody.
I'm not silly, right? Like they had definitely enough time.
I feel like they had touch. I think Lep went to taxi the team, and then I think the Kiri was like kind of like they were on the server ramp, right? So surely you could just jump down and touch. Maybe they thought the Tracer could touch. Maybe they thought Rocket could, with like triple blink and like with speed from Lucio and stuff.
I don't
know, man. I don't know.
Prove it otherwise, I'm going to determine that at C9.
Yeah, that feels it's like heavy C9, you know. Oof. Well, Extinction with a map off of Nightmare. A little bit of silliness from Nightmare, I'm going to be real. It was rather fun at times, but I will say, I think it probably cost them that map. I think that's pretty safe to say. The Lifeweaver Mercy experiment on point A.
Oh, of course. 100%. I mean, they're kicking themselves, Jack. There's no way you can be satisfied you dropped the map because you were trolling around with Lifeweaver Mercy.
They come off a hot win too last week against Team Liquid. Damn.
Yeah.
All right, Nightmare. It's their choice. Johnny, it's their choice. Where are we going?
Well, I think there's only one choice. Or actually, no, there isn't one choice. I was going to say Circuit Real, but of course we're on Gibraltar, so Circuit Real no longer in the pool. Yeah. That opened things up a little bit there, because I think if you're Nightmare, you obviously want to force these brawl compositions, make things difficult for the dive, but now you can't. So we'll have to see what they're going to store.
Okay, we'll just give the teams a couple of minutes here before we jump into the next one. We're going to go to a quick break, get the silliness out of our system, and we'll be back for map number 4. Welcome back. All right, Gibraltar, a successful map there for Extinction after some silliness from Nightmare, but honestly, very well fought from Extinction. As we go to our 4th map, Runasapi picked by Nightmare. They banned Lucio, and there's a Malga ban on the side of Extinction.
Well, Jack, if the Freya ban was a Chronic ban, and this Lucio ban is an NY ban, Godspeed, Extinction. Time to play the Juno Brig.
Juno Brig time. Oh boy.
No Malga though, which, you know, cheers to you, Extinction. We'll see your reasons then.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think Painkiller is fine with that. I don't think it's too fussed.
100%, 100%. I just feel like since the release of Stadium, I've just personally, as a Rhino player, become more and more agitated by Orisa play. Because every time they spear spin in my face, I take it personally. And so, you know,
it's only now you've become to hate Orisa as a Rhino player. That's crazy.
Yeah, for the longest time, I was like fine with it. But now as a Rhino player, you know, here we are.
Here we are. That's so true. Wow, so real from you, Johnny. So real. I
can't share my full opinion about the Orisa on broadcast. Continuing the hot streak. Here we go. Lep is dead again, Jack.
He's popping off. Zomba is a little beast on the Tracer. This is, a performance you kind of need to see from Zomba in this series. He might just get another solo kill. Wow. That's 2 solos from Zomba there, and a little tickle on Painkiller. I mean, okay, I don't want to speak it into existence, but Nightmare, especially at that point, losing that last map, like, it's gonna feel a little bit demoralizing, like you said before we went to break. And now you're dealing with a Zomba who is on a hot streak. Like, this is gonna put you in a weird spot.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Nightmare can wake back up and start fragging out here. But
Zomba just gets another kill.
Zomba again.
Yeah, it's a little... Zomba is like 2v1ing on this high ground. Painkiller's going to die if they're not careful.
No,
use the gold already. That's checkpoint already from Extinction. Nice stick. Oh, no kill though. Painkiller like 1 HP or something stupid. They get checkpoint though.
That's huge. 1 minute 30 in and you get checkpoint. That's massive. And you have a huge orbital ray advantage as well.
Good 2 connections there from Chronic. From afar. Well, obviously on the Cassidy now, no Freya or no Sojourn. Thinking Rocket maybe a little bit more of a handful than they reasonably anticipated.
Can't die.
Bowler shot. Oh, Bowler shot ends up getting a couple of little tags there, but that's about it. Orbital Ray coming through from Extinction. Lucamino is already dead. I mean, a nice stick onto Wub. I mean, that's 1 kill, but you require a little bit more than that. Chronic's going to come up big though with 2. O's backline is taken down. A Terra Surger brought Hattori in. And they've extended their lead just a little bit past this checkpoint. But the spawn advantage is going to come in now as Lucamino TPs to Rocket and Hattori eventually finished off.
Yeah, that's huge that Nightmare are able to come away with the win on that fight, because it looked real nasty when Scuffed popped that orbital ray and you're thinking it's going to go Extinction's way, but nice well-timed Terra Surge, Rocket with a pulse bomb to Wub.
Oh my Zomba
is back at it.
Oh, he almost gets the 1 clip on Rocket as well. I mean, check him, PC.
This is disgusting, truly.
If your Tracer players performing like this, it's like they just don't need support. Like pure solo operator, you know. Every now and then maybe you throw a pack, but dude, zombie. He's just farming. And look at the way they're positioned as well, Johnny. I mean, this is gonna be so hard to come back from. If Wub can take this high ground, like, good luck. A nice little spear, sure, but now Nemwai's on the high ground. Eventually, Rocky gets the best of Zomba, but it cost them a ray.
Yeah, they took the bot though, which is crucial because now Extinction, they're caught in a tough place here where they're trying to rotate back, but they're all spread out. They're like behind Nightmare now.
Here comes the rally from Nenwai. Chronic looking to get the bowler shot. Hits the shield. Tori finds 2 as Chronic, has nothing to do in this fight at all. Throws out the ult and that's it. Zomba's still got a pulse bomb and, 0.55 meters is all Nightmare have in their bank right now.
That's not what I expected this map to go. But Extinction, they're showing some teeth. They've come to play.
This pulse bomb from Rocket too. And look at this. What menacingly walking up this high ground right now. This pulse bomb from Zomba as well, but still. Presence very much felt in the backline right now of Nightmare.
That's good positioning here. Getting your Cassidy into this room. I mean, no one from Nightmare wants to fight Wub in here with a Brig.
Oh, good headshot, actually. Helped Nenwai fall. Still though, getting these weird, we speak about this all the time on like push, but getting these weird kills right now is just so good. Like these random pickoffs, it is nice being able to sustain on these points, get a kill on Lucamino like this. Like good luck actually finishing this fight and getting progress. I mean, Zomba kills Painkiller at the end. Sure, I mean, a nice kill streak from Rocket, but resetting in the mid over and over and over is just not how you progress it.
Yeah, you're totally right. And now Nightmare are finally going to be able to push a little further here. But Extinction are already back to contest, and they got an orbital raid to go with it. This could be a great fight coming up for Nightmare here, because you have the Terra Surge, which could be potent against this orbital ray if you use it right. Kitsune rush aggressively from Lucamino.
Well, yeah, they're just backing up real quick. Here comes the orbital ray, and Chronic is high in the sky, taking just a boatload of damage from Wub there. Just permanently looking for where Chronic is trying to place himself. Wub, Zomba come up with kills. Wub dodging out of the way of the pulse bomb. Nice headshot on the Tracer, but quickly as Lucamino to the rescue. TP's to Rocket and help finish off the kill, but meanwhile, Johnny, the bot is still pushing for Extinction.
Oh, it's so obnoxious. Notorious just pushing this spot, so yeah, it's a pretty fair fight, but Extinction, they steal the bot and they're happy campers.
I mean, how do they get a perfect team wipe here, right? How do they only lose one player in this next fight? It seems almost impossible. They've only got the Terra Surge to their name. They need this raid to be big, but the way Extinction are also playing, Johnny, they're flanking like Zomba's on the flank.
Oh
that
my
stick was...
God.
Zomba MVP of this match already. I don't care what happens with the rest of this series, like what scoreline it is. Give Zomba the MVP, the player of the match. Then White goes down to a Terra Surge. Zomba is still fighting in the backline. He's going to get out, gets the mega health pack. It's straight back in the action again. 100% uptime on this Tracer. Forces the Suzu, eventually dies, but still resetting in the mid.
Yeah, it's like you said, Extinction, they're so happy with this, and Hitori's already poking aggressively. It's like, yeah, we're 3 members here, but I'm still gonna look for picks. And it's working out wonderfully for Extinction here. I mean, still just 0.55 meter from Nightmare. They gotta get the cap. They gotta win at least a couple of fights. They're coming up on double support ultimate, so this needs to be the crucial timing where Nightmare comes online on this map.
I honestly wonder how the mental game is coming through as well for Nightmare after that map, and then being down like this as well. Zomba's on a hot streak. It can't feel good. Stick on to the cast, but Nemwai ends up going down. That wasn't stick onto the cast, right? Nemwai ends up falling over to that pulse bomb. Could have been wrong there, but at least Extinction now.
Oh, they just
falling. They're gonna rush. They're feeling themselves. They gotta try something. Zomba dead. And eventually now Nightmare potentially getting this bot rolling, but Hattori still comes up with a kill. Well, our Painkiller's taken the shield to perk as well.
They use double support ultimate there. I mean, I understand they want to get the Kitsune rush out because they want to win that fight cleanly, right? Like we've hammered these last few minutes, you need to win one of those fights cleanly. But the fact you invested both double support ultimate and here Extinction are 4 members pushing the bot again. This is, no pun intended, nightmare fuel for Nightmare. I mean, Extinction's got double support of their own now, and they're gonna push this high ground with their Cassidy.
+2 on the pump. Well, they're going to use the Bolus to try to clear out the sidelines. That rally from Nemwai is pretty crazy, but it's actually going to force Nightmare to rotate out of this high ground. Nemwai eventually goes down, but this orbital ray coming through from Extinction, if they can pick up another kill here, or even just more brawl, they're going to be good for an overtime fight. And Nightmare have 1 minute and 20 seconds to gain an unbelievable amount of meterage. Like a disgusting amount.
Yeah, this would be a huge comeback from Nightmare. Odds are really stacked against them. You have a couple of ultimates here, but them completing this entire push in one go, right here, that feels very unlikely.
Zomba Giga Chat just ignoring Rocket completely. Still ends up hitting the recall there. All right, Rob's in a good spot for Extinction on this high ground right now. Still has to deal with the Orisa shield. Yep, that's the other thing. Zomba and Rocket just at each other's throats currently, taking this Tracer. Both forced each other's recalls. Terra Surge in the front line of the fight. And Hattori goes golden, pops Terra Surge of her own, and there's a kill. And who's surprised? It's Zomba on the board again. In fact, both Tracers coming up with frags. And Johnny, with 20 seconds to go and the fight looking this scrappy, I think this is just a recipe for map 5.
Yeah, Nightmare haven't been able to find any kind of momentum in their favor with this Kiriko Juno backline. Then Wyson wonders with the brig here for their Cassidy, and now overtime. This is where Nightmare needs to come up big. Otherwise, we're going to map 5.
Well, they're getting OT at least as Rocky is pushing at the point. Lucamina's got Rush. Okay, so they can use that really early, in fact, trying to heal up Painkiller, but Tori and Wub on the sidelines with a Deadeye. I mean, that's all but over, surely. I mean, Scuff also ends up going down, so there's still life in the tank here for Nightmare, but if Zomba's alive, anything is possible for Extinction. And there it is. Map number 5, Johnny. Nightmare and Extinction going all the way. We've been treated with one map 5 today. A second now? And yeah, I had to sit down because it's getting gorilla crazy in it.
How did it come to this, dude? They were trolling with Mercy last map, and then Extinction was flawless. Here are Runasapi.
Let's think back to the first 2 maps. Just at how dominant they were. That control map, a little 2-1. A little 3-1 on Flashpoint, you know the vibes. Then we trolled a little bit on Gibraltar. We lose that map. A little. And we are now in a position where we can get reverse sweeped. I am curious at Nightmare's like comms and state right now, because this match, especially after their performance versus Liquid and their even positioning right in the standings currently 4-0, you'd expect this match to be a roll, and that's what everybody was thinking. But Extinction has taken them to a map number 5 in honestly one of the crazier performances we've seen from Zomba as well on the Tracer.
Yeah, that was insane Tracer performance from Zomba. We talked about it at the start of the series as well. Map differential is important for those teams vying for the top seed, and now you just let this series get away from you. You're going to map 5 here. Yes, Nightmare will still have a great chance of winning out this series, but this has been costly already for Nightmare if you're thinking about their future hopes in the regional playoffs and getting a good upper bracket seed. But yeah, it's been all Extinction from here on out. So putting those bans behind us now, then I guess, at least, you know, if you want to go back to the Mauga, you can try to do that, of course. But I'm even hesitating with the Brawl here, like Jack. That was amazing Brawl play coming out from Extinction.
Ooh. King's Row. Okay, if you're Nightmare, then yeah, at this point in the series, and this is very like map 5, right, where you don't really have that many target bans left. Where do you even pivot? Do you ban? Wait, has Tracer been banned? Am I trolling? Let me look. No Tracer ban. Could you ban the Tracer if you're Nightmare?
Ooh, I mean, that feels terrible when you got Rocket on the team.
It does. But look at what Zomba just did on that map.
Yeah, I mean, wow, that is tough. I was thinking if there's like a support you could ban if you really wanted to, like a brig ban or something, but maybe that would be too extreme, because like Lucamino likes to play this Kiriko. They're one of the teams, like dating back to last year, like Lucamino preferred to play the Kiriko at times, to shy away from that brig, but it clearly didn't do them any favors on that Runasapi, right? Then it's like, back to the Lucio if they want to, but they look so
care,
sort of
right?
brig that, I don't think the support ban is going to do anything major to disrupt Extinction here.
We'll soon find out in a couple of moments. Looks like Nightmare are going to choose to attack first as well on King's Row. I can't believe we're going to another map 5. Like, we've had one map 5, our first map 5 this stage, our last series, and now we're going to another one. Like, gifted, actually. And I think Nightmare, you just got to get your heads in the game. Just reset mentally completely, because going down here, it's not the end of the world because you still have 4 wins, right?
Right.
But getting that perfect stage, getting that first position, that pole position, and being able to pick first, pick the 3rd or 4th seed, you're at such a big advantage. So you cannot let this slip through your fingers like this.
Yeah, it's huge. Because I mean, even if you're, the 2nd seed, like you get either SSG or Liquid, right? You'd prefer to make that pick. Here's a viewer press for you, 92-8. A lot of channel points on the line right here, Jaws. This could be a big payout for Extinction fans.
The value predictors are going crazy right now. The value prediction on Extinction, 92 to 8%. And honestly, not surprising. If we showed this at the top of the show, you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Wow.
It is a Tracer ban.
Okay. Oh my God.
They went and did it. I said it. I put it into the ether. I think if Zomba is on this much of a tear, just ban Tracer. We're going to King's Row. Tracer ban, Juno ban.
That's an unbelievable amount of respect shown to Zomba on the back of that Tracer performance. And you couldn't even say that it was a protect ban for the Freya because they already banned Freya previously in the series. That's huge. Wow. A Tracer ban from Nightmare. And this allows Hitori to kind of like get the pick of the litter. Like, what tank do you want to play in this series? You can go back to the Orisa if you like to. Obviously, seeing a lot of the Hazard. Extinction banning the Juno as well. I mean, that just means we're going to see more of the Lucio carry, right? Which is their go-to. They're happy to get this Juno Brig scenario out of the way.
Mauga on the table for Nightmare. I mean, there's a lot here for the tanks, and it more often than not does, especially on King's Row, like the first point is so heavily dictated by the tanks. I think if you're banning the Juno here, like you said, you go the Kiri Lucio. You're not obviously trying anything silly here if you're Nightmare, and we're not seeing Rhino in, so I think it's just going to be a little bit more brawly here. We're going to go towards Mauga, I think. The emergency Mauga button might be pushed again.
I mean, maybe for Nightmare. I feel like
if you're Nightmare,
Extinction gonna go there. I was more thinking like, does Hitori play like Winston or something here?
Right. And I think if Nightmare think that they're going to do that, and if she does pick Winston, then I think it's easy for Painkiller to go, okay, we'll just play Mauga and we'll kind of own like we did on map 2, right? Suravasa. Let's have a look. Defense first here for the blue side. It will be a Hazard for Tori. Don't want to go anything too risky. I'd say going Winston here would be disastrous because you could just get counterpick like super easy. I think Hazard, very nice pick. And then Wub on the Freya again. We'll see what Nightmare want to roll out with, but I can imagine it's going to be this.
Yeah, I mean, we're just playing pretty default standard compositions there. We're speculating a lot about the types of compositions we can see, but both teams drawn towards this Hazard composition because it's, like we talked about, it's the most versatile, especially if you're on the defense like Extinction are now. Still though, how are they going to look on this composition with Zomba over on this Genji? Can Zomba continue their hot streak from Runasapi and somewhat Gibraltar?
Well, they first got to clear Hitori off of this angle here. Should be fairly easy. Oh, they tried to get the wall, but Hitori does manage to dodge out of the way. Okay, so angle cleared, and now ideally if you're Rocket, right, you're just kind of hiding on this high ground. Not hiding, but just poking away on this high ground. Hitori is very deep though. White to the rescue, but unfortunately not in time. And Scuffed ended up teleporting in as well, but a very deep engage from Extinction. That's going to cost them pretty dearly as well, actually. White does get a kill onto Rocket, but it was like 1 HP.
Yeah, Hitori kind of overheating there on the Hazard a little bit, and Extinction are kind of in this fight still, trading a little bit back and forth, but that's not the defense you want to kick off with here. You need to be a bit more tactical with your engages. Nightmare, they got a easy way back into this series and get some progress going, which they saw none of on Runasapi. Chronic? Can Chronic come online here?
Hello there.
Hyped up Chronic so bigly and looked so great at the start of the series, but kind of went quiet the previous map. This is where some of the individuals from Nightmare need to step up and really take it to Extinction.
I mean, it really was just the Zomba versus Rocket show, really.
For sure.
Chronic's got the bowlers, though, in like 5, so in a decent spot. Oh, hello. Oh. Somebody didn't even know where Chronic was. I mean, that's a classic Freya moment, I suppose. Oh, it does end up connecting a shot, though. Again, very aggressive from Extinction, really just trying to fight them whenever they can, just try and get the maximum amount of fights possible on street space, but it's not like they're even getting trades. Like, they're just straight up losing these fights.
Yeah, it goes back to the way they played on Busan, right? The very first round of this series, we commented on how Extinction, they play really aggressive, and it can favor some of these teams, right? To be the initiator, trade ultimates. It hasn't worked out for them here. I still like the playstyle, though. You just need to be able to find a pick or two. So far, haven't been able to.
They've got an early rush because of how much damage and how much healing they've been doing. I mean, yeah, Extinction. They got to make choices here. They got to make decisions. They got to, you know, to form up as 5 and just fight, but they're just unable to. I mean, this is looking like map 1 and 2. Like, Nightmare are not messing around. They want to win here. They want to be 5-0 after today. They want to be, okay, it was a fluke, guys. Like, we trolled on Gibraltar. Like, we kind of owned last map, whatever. Like, this is us. We are Nightmare. We will win. We will be #1 seed.
Yeah, this is Nightmare looking like they're back a little bit here. They got tons of ultimates, have only spent the Kitsune Rush. And
oh, wow, that is... Yeah, look at that, though. Nightmare almost perfectly set up to disengage from that ult as well. Downpour does end up connecting. Chronic going hunting, but Rocket actually ends up going down first. Scuff dead, though. Painkiller in a heap of hurt right now as the blades get pulled by Zombie in that very small room. Isolates Painkiller and goes for the reset kill onto Lucamino, but a quick swift step away will save the Kiriko's life.
Yeah, still, though, very liberal with the ultimate usage. Could have almost wanted to see Somba keep that Dragon Blade because he used everything else, but now they're forced into this pretty awkward neutral with Lucamino coming up on a Kitsune Rush.
Yeah, oh, a second time in a row there. Wob is killed Rocket with those take aims. Yeah, this rush will definitely pivot Extinction into a bit of an awkward fight. They've got the bolus, though, so there is a chance here to catch someone off if they do go super aggro. Here comes the rush on the point. Bolus does end up connecting in the front line of Rocket, but instantly Suzu, Lucamino was ready and waiting for it. Rocket ends up finding one, and yeah, okay, Extinction just buying time. It's already just, again, trying to get picks. That's the ideal right now for Extinction. But this payload is still moving for free. Zomba is back, however, but it should be a fairly quick cleanup. And a cheap one, too. They don't need to use anything else, although they don't have anything, to be fair.
Yeah, at least there's a lot of contests coming through from Extinction, so they'll get another fight. That late death on Zomba, actually, real tough for Extinction here now, because they have to push through these doors.
What was 1 HP? Had to back off to spawn, too.
Oh, the wall
Spike wall comes in. Yeah, that's really annoying. Because the Tori's basically on and on. The burst is going to come through. And there it is. An instant kill from a Tori. That Suzu from Scuff couldn't come quick enough, and unfortunately it was too late. Wow. 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Nightmare, we are so back.
Yeah, that's brutal for Extinction. Weren't able to find anything going their way on that defense. You take a playmaker like Zomba away from the Tracer they did so well on. And it kind of falls on the hands of a Tori to come up with some sick engages and Wob as well to find fix on the Freya, but they're able to do neither of that. And now you're looking at the stats of Nightmare. Like, my god, 14-2 for Chronic. Painkiller, 13-1.
Yeah,
that was very one-sided.
Yeah, Scuffed, only won a limb there. Pretty low damage across the board. For the supports at the very least. I mean, it's worth thinking about, like, hey, we've done it before, we can do it again. It is very possible.
Yeah, the aggression, it's a blessing and a curse, right? Because at some points, you look amazing. Like, you're in control, you're going aggressive, the enemy team looks uncomfortable. But in a series like this, Nightmare very much capable of dealing with it. And they're looking like they're in control of this King's Row.
Yeah, this is Nightmare that beat Liquid 3-0 last week as well. Extinction on their attack. Let's get a quick listen in.
I'm gonna need more space in the comms then.
Yeah, defense is fake as fuck, don't retreat.
Okay. Just I'm gonna go right side, okay? I'm taking hotel, taking hotel.
3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1,
2, 1, walking. I'm taking top, I'm taking top. Genji's chasing me, Genji's chasing me.
I'm good, they're looking at me.
Turning for Zomba. They all turn me. Yeah, I'm ready. Can we go? Fight. Wait.
Two bottom us.
You should call that. Ruin side of ruin team.
Oh, I can't find Freya. I just didn't know where Freya was.
Choose bottom
Right? Nice, right?
Oh, I just couldn't find the Freya, just couldn't find Chronic. They eventually got Chronic. I mean, Hattori gets him, but yeah, actually locking down the Freya a little bit harder than most other characters, let's be real.
Yeah, you hear those comms and like, they are really amped up. Like they're going for some of these engages. Rocket caught here actually. That could be an opening here.
Yeah, Rocket thought they could get the edge dash there with the kill onto potentially the Freya, but was not to be. Painkiller does die though, and I mean, Extinction, this should just be a free count. Like Painkiller dying that late is not good. But they might be able to get a forward hold. Yeah, it's too risky to go for a retouch here, so they're gonna let it go, just get better positioning, or at least hope to.
And I think that's wise here as well. I think Nightmare, they know very much what Extinction are all about. These aggressive engages, and they need to know that these initial pushes are coming. That's why Rocket, on that defense, you can't get caught like that, because you know the quick rotation is gonna come through from Extinction. Here, for example, Painkiller have to be very much aware that at any moment Extinction could round this corner and go for him.
There's a bonus available in a couple of seconds as well, but nice, a flank coming through from Nemway and Scuffed. Okay, both supports. A little bit of aggro here, but Zombo at least is able to get one. It's a rush on like the streets at the moment for Nightmare, but half of them aren't even using it as Hattori traps Painkiller in the pub. Wake up from Rocket too. That's a quick reset dash, Johnny. Let me get out of there.
Yeah, kind of wasted blade. You really didn't get any value from it. You find a pick, but then you have to forfeit all the space anyway. Kitsune Rush committed from Lucamino here as well. This is Extinction at least starting to build some momentum. They're being proactive, taking these flanks and getting into the backline of Nightmare. Can they keep this up and get a nice push going on point B? Oh, wow. Somba, wow, what a wall.
Yeah, that was really nice from Painkiller. Everybody's so split as well. TP Suzu used by Scuffed. Rock is still hunting in the skies this time, trying to clip Wub's wings. Soundbarrier comes through from left, so you know what? If you're... Okay, it's a bit of a rough fight to lose, especially on this phase of second point, but you at least got Soundbarrier out.
Yeah, and it's what the play style kind of yields you as well, because as soon as somebody goes down, Extinction say, okay, we're 4 versus 5. Our best chance of winning this fight is committing. It's just going in and trying to trade out. But to get the sound barrier out, and so that's what this aggressive playstyle gives you. Now, Somba, Dragon Blade in hand, and no sound barrier to match from left.
You're gonna get escorted by Scuff there. Takes a hit initially, pulls the blade though, goes straight to the skies, hits 1 dash, hits 2. Okay, 3 is what it took to kill Chronic. A downpour connects with the Genji, but a perfectly timed sound barrier from Nemway. It's just ult advantage. Easy as you like, really. Although saying that, looks like, uh-oh, a little stuck there, a little stuck in the doorway. It's all good. Somewhere ends up dashing out as Hattori just managed to hotly pursue Lep, who is on the other side of the map for the rest of the team at this point. And this is all good for Extinction right now. They've got rushed to finish this fight, and Painkiller had to violently leap out of there, but they are not going to get away. And that is point B unlocked, Johnny. 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go.
Yeah, all the while Nightmare were kiting the best they could. Extinction were pushing the payload, which leaves Painkiller in a top position on the hazard as well. So this is now Extinction with a 3-minute 30 time bank as they get towards point C. Got a Kitsune Rush here as well. They found their stride here on offense draws. Can they complete the map?
Nice early rush again, keeping up that aggression. We saw it in their attack, in their defense as well. Wanting to take as many fights as humanly possible. Zomba is in trouble though. They're going to match this rush as Lucamino and the rest of Nightmare, but they've already lost their Genji. Hattori is super low. In enemy territory too, it's worth keeping in mind. Like, these supports from Extinction and Hattori too going so deep that as soon as you get low and you require healing, both Wub and Zomba are left on an island on their own to fend for themselves.
Yeah, Wub especially have to play so careful, right? Like so far back because you can't get punished. Let's see though. Wolves got this Ebola shot. It's not much, but it could open things up for Extinction. Bit of a tough place to be in here after they utilized the Kitsune Rush already. This is really where you're looking for a nice little pick to try to give you an opening.
Oh wow, Sombre's already dead. That's an easy kill for Rocket. His burst damage is a little bit unbelievable at times, especially with the hazard and the violent leap.
Scuffed.
Okay, Scar, take down Chronic. I mean, we still 2 minutes, Johnny, and Painkiller having control of this high ground is not good for work, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, Extinction, they're looking for something to mimic what happened on the second point, right? Where Left committed the sound barrier. You're looking for a scenario in which Nightmare are forced to expend these ultimates on the defense, and then you can find yourself in a winnable scenario using your own.
Yeah, just play the auto economy game, right?
For sure.
It's been really hard though. Blade's been pulled. Someone's already used the deflex, so he's a sitting duck on the Genji. Still manages to find the kill though. What? What was that, Somber? Just so casually killing the blading Genji with the right clicks. Well, there comes the sound barrier from both sides. Somber's now got a free blade, and Chronic is straight in his sights. Just managed to get away though, and yeah, completely lost and dominated by Chronic there. Okay, you had your time in the sun, Zombie, when you killed Rocket, but Chronic quickly sunsetted you. 1 minute to go now for Extinction. Notori dead. Reset required.
But that kind of felt like the fight to win though. They were in a great position, but the team splits up a little bit. Hitori not with Somba at all as they pop the Dragon Blade, and now 50 seconds to go. You're not going to be able to build these support ultimates in time, or it's going to be close. Hitori's only got the downpour. Suddenly the odds stacked against Extinction here to complete the map, and even so, you're in a draw scenario.
Downpour? Looks like it connected there with Painkiller, but not much else. Chronic as well. Snipes NY. High ground control. You can see Nightmare just putting so much priority, Johnny, on keeping control of that. If they let Hitori get up there, well, Painkiller's going to be up there in a couple of seconds. Nice Suzu is going to keep him alive, but they're going all the way to the spawn doors, making this one hurt. 10 seconds to go. NY?
Oh,
NY with the touch.
Godspeed.
NY! Oh, dead. Well, Extinction, unfortunately, their trail ends here. Nightmare shut them out on that third point. A map 5 bang it indeed, as Nightmare claim this series, deny that reverse sweep. But what a performance from Extinction, it must be said, against currently the #1 seed in NA.
Wow. Wow, what a performance by Extinction to claw themselves back into that series and force map 5. So, what do you think about the Mercy stuff? What do you think about the Mercy stuff in Gibraltar?
No, man, not even.
No?
We got a little silly there, okay?
Yeah,
a little too silly. What's our excuse for Runasapi, though? I don't know. Like, I think the Gibraltar one, you can be like, well, okay, yeah, we deserve that. Not only because we were silly at the beginning, still managed to finish the map with a little time to spare, so kudos, you know, for that. But, yeah, the C9 at the end, does have to be mentioned. Gotta put some salt in that wound, because why not? Overall, though, I think this was this ended up being the 5-map series that we did not expect, for sure. Like, I did not have this on the map bingo card. I genuinely thought this is going to be a very dominant showing for Nightmare. Now, are we more worried about Nightmare, or are we more impressed with Extinction, or is it a bit of column A and B?
Yeah, that's
I think it's a little both, I think, especially if you look at Zomba's performance on Runasapi. Like, pounded. Absolutely pounded. Like, not even a quarter pounder, a whole pound. Like, dominant.
Whole pound.
And, like, if you can just continue that, like,
the
sky's the
pounder,
limit.
please.
The whole pounder. And, like, you obviously, Nightmare were trolling on with the Mercy and the Lifeweaver on Gibraltar. And I don't think this is much cause for concern. I think if this King's Row got away from them and they lost it, I would have lost my mind, I think. And I think a lot of other people would as well. And then it would have been like, okay, I am really concerned now. I think if you look at the series as a whole, I think Extinction did very well. Zomba had some crazy performances, but the asterisk is there. Nightmare, when they lock in, it does look pretty simple for them.
Yeah, I mean, they're at the very top of the standings for good reasons, right? Alongside with the GK. Like, it's a phenomenal team. They've been impressing us throughout the entire stage. We do have Lucamino joining us for a quick chat now before we're wrapping up our day. Lucamino is going to be voice only. Can you hear us? Are you with us?
Yes, I can hear you. What's up?
Yeah, we always got to start it like a seance. Lucamino, congrats on the dub. Can you hear us? You said hello too many times. I'm worried.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, we're good.
It works. Confirmed.
Not looking good.
Comes on point here with us. We love that. Lucamino, we have to address the silly goose in the room here. Gibraltar, did you guys have a little too much fun with that backline? Like Mercy, Life Weaver, really? Was that necessary?
The backline is good. My team just misplayed. That's all I have to say.
As
is unmarked.
W.
We're not surviving the
dive. I'm not buying into that narrative. No.
No, that's the right answer, actually. That's the perfect support answer, I'm going to be honest. I want to ask, do you think you're going to go perfect this stage? Obviously, your next biggest match is going to be GK. How is the confidence level in your team for that series? Because they are also currently undefeated. Like, they also look unbelievably strong, especially after that series versus Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty close series, and considering we 3-0'd Liquid, I think we're good for a 3-0 on DK as well. But, you know, we'll see.
Ooh, a 3-0?
They had some interesting comps.
They did have some interesting comps indeed. Well, you also had interesting comps, so maybe it'll be a match of the interesting comps. I do want to ask, heading into map 5 there, I mean, Somba was just amazing on the Tracer on Runasapi, and then the Tracer ban comes through from you guys leading into map 5. What was the communication like going into map 5? You know, trying to refocus onto the game, and, you know, what made you win the game there? Was there anything in particular you told yourselves in the comms before map 5?
That's actually a word, because we're dead silent, but, you know, people locked in. That's all that matters. We banned the Tracer, and Zomba couldn't get solo kills anymore. Just won the game off that, I think.
Yeah, Zomba had a phenomenal performance there, really doing some damage on that Tracer. Now, Lucamino, we're gonna let you go, but not before we congratulate you on the Player of the Match honor. So congratulations, it's been an absolute joy watching you popping up. Who do you dedicate this honor to? This imaginary award.
Dedicated to my grandparents. Love them. Always support
Love
me.
That.
My dad as well. Appreciate them. Team is good as well.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah, just dubs across the board. Thank you so much, Lucamino, for joining us, and have a good rest of your day. We can't wait to see you guys back in action.
Thanks. Jeez.
GG's indeed. A 5-map series to close out our day. Wow. Not what we expected, but aren't we lucky? Now, hear me out. Hear me out. When we talked about GK and Nightmare coming up in week 6, I jokingly said, and maybe Nightmare is just also going to play that Life Weaver. Exhibit A.
Wait, a Life Weaver off?
Life Weaver Mercy?
Hang on a second here. A Mercy
Hold
on?
on.
Are we just going to Watchpoint Gibraltar, just play silly stuff?
I'm just going to throw this into the universe and we see what happens with that. I'm sure it's going to age like